Before the advent of television, the internet, and the travel industry, there was no way for individuals to immerse themselves in other cultures. Entrepreneurs trying to make a profit, and anthropologists looking to study these indigenous for scientific purposes, came to the conclusion that they could expose intrigued white people to people from various civilizations. So that is exactly what they did. They took away indigenous people from their homes and kept them in temporary towns, where they were on exhibit for onlookers to gaze at. These were referred to as people shows or ethnological exhibitions. But today, they are remembered as human zoos. People gathered in large numbers to observe these foreign visitors perform their ceremonies, dances, and rituals. The goal of the human exhibitions has always been to contrast Western society. The intention was to show white people as being in every way the superior race. Human zoos began to appear in practically all major cities. Over time, the notion of white superiority quickly gained ground, and human exhibitions kept appearing across the Western world. The beliefs of human evolution were first published in publications by anthropologists. The Nazi Party was founded in part thanks to these purported scientific findings on racial superiority, and they still linger today in modern-day racism. Anthropologist William McGee decided that he wanted to create a human zoo also and premiere it at the 1904 World's Fair in St. Louis, Missouri. His theory was that every race was a different stage of human evolution. African pygmies were short in stature and lived in huts, so he theorized that they were at the bottom of the barrel in terms of human evolution, with white people being at the very top. The Filipino Igorot tribes made up the largest group in the human zoo. The Philippines were annexed by the United States in 1898, following the end of the Spanish-American War. This made it simple for McGee and other American human zoo organizers to take advantage of the indigenous Igorot people. Filipinos were occasionally made to cook dog meat every single day, knowing that this would be quite the show for the white audiences, hence more money. Of course, they did not want to just stop at the Filipinos. William McGee wanted people from all over the world, including South America, Africa, and Asia. He paid explorer Samuel Werner to traveling the world and bringing back human specimens that he wanted for his show at the World's Fair, which began his global mission of collecting people like trading cods. Men like Werner found ways to make money off the gullible people desperately seeking to add value to themselves through a false sense of superiority. He exhibited monkey men and women from different backgrounds, some simply suffering from genetic disorders that made them different and thus good for business. That's when he found a boy in a cage that tribe men were planning to kill, but after negotiations, he managed to buy out the boy's life. The boy was 23 years old, named Otabenga. Otabenga had dark skin, a short stature, and his teeth were filed down into spikes. So Werner bought him and took him to the World's Fair, knowing that he would make a perfect example of what a savage looked like. And this is exactly what happened at the World's Fair. Visitors would pay to see Otabenga and the rest of the pygmies, and even donated money to them, which gave them enough money to purchase souvenirs from other pavilions. They picked up the habit of smoking cigars and loved wearing stylish top hats. This made the white event organizers very angry, and they would snatch these things away from the men, because it contradicted the portrayal that they were savages who were incapable of appreciating the finer things. Eventually, the very elite proclaimed these fellow humans to be the missing link between man and monkey, and men of science from the most prestigious universities in the United States openly encouraged using them for scientific research. Many showed up to collect the dead bodies of those who died on display, to conduct further studies. They called them non-white savages, subhuman, wild, and barbaric. They called their cultural rituals devil worship and witchcraft. They justified human trafficking in the name of science and religion. They kicked them, pushed them, and poked them all for fun. So who were the real savages now?